Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This day I'm Alagbas. Tonight I'm gonna show you our PHP code for our final project, which is the login form. But let's go first to our source code. So localhost, can you see here? Localhost specifies the host name where the MySQL database is located. Typically, localhost if it's on the same server. Next is the root, or it has a $sign user. It specifies MySQL username used to connect the database. In this case, it's root, which is a common default username. Next is the pass. So it specifies the password associated with the MySQL username. So in this case, it's an empty string, which means no password is set. Next is here the DB or the login. Specifies the name of the database to connect to. In this case, it's login. Next, $9 sign, then coin, new MySQL. Then ang sulod anit is the host, user, pass, and the DB. This line creates new MySQL object, which represents a connection to the MySQL database server using a provided host, username, password, and the database name. Next is kanina IF. This checks if there was an error connecting the database. If there was, it echoes failed to connect database along with a specific error message obtained from. So overall, this code attempts to establish a connection to MySQL database named login on the local host using the username root and an empty password. If the connection fails, it displays an error message. Next, let's proceed to homepage. So, kaning session start code. This function starts a new or resumes an existing season or session. Session are a way to process data across multiple page requests. Next, kanina ay include this line includes the PHP file name connect.php. This file contains the code to establish a connection to the database. The user connection is needed to retrieve user information for the greeting message. Next is the HTML code. Let me see. Inside the PHP code is embedded to dynamically generate the greeting message. It checks if the session variable email is set. If it's set, it retrieves the user first and last name from the database using the email stored in the session variable. If then, displays the greeting message with the user's full name. Next is the logout. Logout PHP. This creates a link to a PHP script named logout PHP. Clicking this link will presumably log the user out by destroying the session and redirecting them to the login page. So overall, this script provides a user personalized greeting to the user based on their first and last name retrieved from the database, and it allows user to log out. So let's proceed. Next we have index page. So the head section is here. So the head section contains metadata like character, including viewport settings, and the title of the page. It also links to external CSS style sheets and font, also for icon fonts. Next is the two main sections are defined within div class containers or tags. So this section contains or unique sign up or sign in. These sections are initially set to display CSS if only one of them is visible at the time. Next is the sign up. Sign up. Sign or the sign in. Section contains a registration form with input fields for first name, last name, password, and email. It also includes a submit button for signing up and icons for Google and Facebook login options. Below the form, there is a message indicating already have an account. With a button to switch to the sign in part. Next is the sign in. So this section contains a login form with input fields for email and password. It also includes a link to recover a password yet forgotten. Similar to our sign up section, there is a message indicating don't you have account yet. And with a button to switch to the sign up form. Both forms have action attributes pointing to the same PHP file, register PHP, indicating that form data will be submitted to this file for processing. Next is the body tag. Body tag. There's a reference for external JavaScript files, script.js, which presumably contains client-side scripting for handling form switching functionality. Overall, this HTML code provides a user-friendly interface for both registration and login, with options to switch between the two forms. It also suggests additional login options via Google and Facebook icons. Let's proceed to log out PHP. So, this code, which is a session destroy, this function destroys all data registered to a session, effectively logging out the user and ending their session. So, next, kaning header, this kaning header. Now, my location index PHP, this line redirects the user to the index PHP page after destroying the session. The header function is used to send a raw HTTP header. In this case, the location header, which specifies the URL to redirect to. So overall, this code snippet logs out the user by destroying their session and then redirects them to the index PHP page, presumably the home page or login page. So next we have the register page. Kaning na i-include connect. This line includes the PHP file name, connect PHP, presumably containing the code to establish a connection to the database. Next is kani siyang checks if the form for signing up has been submitted. Retrieves the value submitted through the form first name, last name, email, and the password. Hashes the password using MD5. Using the password. A function for basic encryption. Checks if the email already exists in a database. If it does, it displays an error. So displays an error message. Then if the email doesn't exist, it inserts the user information in the database. If the insertion is successful, it redirects the user to the homepage header location. Otherwise, it displays an error message. Then, next is, and if the email has been submitted, will display the email address already exists. Next is we have the sign in. Checks if the form for signing in has been submitted. Retrieves the email and password submitted through the form. Hashes the password using MD5 again to match the hash password stored in the database. Queries in the database to find a user with provided email and password. If a matching user is found, it starts a session, stores the user's emails in the session variable. This session email. And redirects the user to the home page, location homepage PHP, and then exits the script. If no matching user is found, it displays an error message indicating incorrect email or password. Overall, this code provides basic functionality for user registration and login with password encryption using MD5 and session management for user authentication. So, lastly, we have the CSS. So, This is code defines the style for a user interface, presumably for a user to login with page user break. Down of what each section of the CC codes does. Can you see it? Can you see? It's a universal selector. Resets margin padding and box sizing for elements to ensure consistency in layout in layout and spacing. So we have here also the body styles, the container styles, form styles, then title of the form, then label styles, then we have the bottom icons. Okay. So overall, this is code. Overall, this is code creates a visually appealing and user-friendly interface for registration and login with page with consistent styling and intuitive design elements. Okay, for this part, sa community tabs, kani siya if ang user mo login siya, kani siya mo appear. Niya, first name, last name, email, and the password. So this is the output of our source code, which is you can sign your email and your password and then sign in.